Still loading. All right, so we are live. You can say hello to our viewers. Hi guys, welcome back to our live streaming for our IELTS English speaking practice. And I'll start with Faruk. I have only Faruk this time. So we're gonna start with part 1 questions. And I'm looking for that app that I've been oh, is it? I can't find it.
No problem, ma'am.
Ah, here, found it. Toot, toot. So we'll start with daily routine. So Farooq, I'm sure being a busy person, working also, you have your secular work. I'm sure you have a routine. Okay, so what would you like to change in your daily routine?
Well, yes, I usually pass my time with a very tight schedule, but sometimes I manage everything according to my routine, but sometimes I fail to manage uh, because the routine helps us to manage our time properly by doing all our targeted activities. But sometimes we cannot complete the tasks when any uncertain events occurred in our life.
So now here's your second question. Are all your days the same? Like Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, are they the same? You wake up the same time, you have your breakfast the same time, and all that.
Not really, because the weekends are different from the working days, because from in our country, Friday and Saturday is the weekly holiday. For this reason, we have to work from Sunday to uh, Thursday. So for this reason, those days are very tight with schedule, because we have to maintain our works and life balance. And we take breakfast very early in the morning in those days. But in the weekend, we try to do our better for utilizing our time with some relaxation and uh, easygoing activities. For this reason, we get up very late in the morning and take breakfast and try to spend with our family members, because at those days we have no any tight work plan.
Okay, sounds good. Your last question for part 1. Tell me about your typical weekday and your typical weekend.
Well, as I am working with a college as a lecturer and IT sociology, and along with this teaching profession, I am also working with a non-government organization that is called NGO in our country. For this reason, we have to maintain. I have to maintain these workflow in my daily routine in the weekdays, and those are very tight. Uh, uh, if we think that from the very early in the morning, we take refresh ourselves and then take breakfast and then go to college. And around 2 p.m., I left college and come back to home and take some lunch and then go to the NGO office to do some activities there. And I left the second workplace at around 8 to 9 p.m. And this is my work days, uh, common schedule. And in the weekend, we try to spend some quality time with our family members, my kids, my wives, and parents, as well as try to go outside for roaming around, whatever it is, park or shopping mall or riverside, and different other activities we do to refresh ourselves in these 2 days.
Okay, so let's move on to our cue card.
Sure.
Let me see. I'm gonna share this cue card with you. Okay. So your cue card. Okay. So your cue card describe a new development in your country or the area where you live. So like shopping center, parks, etc. So whatever is new infrastructure and the place where you live. So you have your bullet points, what and where, what it was like before. So before the new development, what it was like, how long it took to complete it, and how people feel about it. Then finally, explain how it has improved the area you live in. I'll give you, do you need a 1 minute preparation? Or you don't need that one?
Ma'am, I don't need 1 minute preparation.
Okay, so you can speak right away and you can start now.
Well, in my area where I live, it is actually a divisional city and located in the southern part of Bangladesh. I'm living here since 2002 when I get admission at Khulna University in this area. And since then, I have observed mainly infrastructure development in this city. Uh, because it already passed 2 decades, and people have invested in land, and which is very profitable here, like any other parts of the world. So in the previous times, the area was not good enough with housing facilities, but now here we see different high-rise building with modern amenities, and housing crisis is not available at this moment in our area. And from government level and city corporation level, they are trying to improve the drainage system, which is very important in our country, particularly in the underdeveloped country where the peoples are not very concerned about environmental uh, pollution. And now the drainage system are improved with cover, because in the 10 years ago the drain was open. For this reason, people through different types of waste, polythene, and different things. For this reason, the drain become block, and in the rainy season, the water stagnated with the dirty water, drain water. But now it is improving, and the Khulna Development Authority give building code.
Time is up.
Thank you.
Okay. So you talked about infrastructure near your area, but you don't have housing projects yet, you said. Like, do you need those housing projects if ever? Do
Yeah,
you,
those are the private housing project. Yes, infrastructure. I mean that.
okay. So is it really like for for you and for your neighbors and for the people in your area, do they like it that there are new infrastructures like housing projects and all that, that you have that around your area? Okay, I'm asking this question because from the area where I live in Canada, every time there is a new building proposed to be built, people will write a protest because they don't want to hear like loud noise from equipments. So I'm asking, is it okay with the people around that area to have a construction project?
Yeah, the situation is different. Here, the people don't feel any disturbance about the construction work, and
Okay.
it is mainly private uh, ownership, because some people purchase pieces of land, decibels of land, and uh, they try to build a building uh, with the permission from the Khulna Development Authority by maintaining some specific amount, length of roads and other uh, facilities. And if anybody follow the rules, then he can easily build his dream building, and there is no restriction.
Okay, sounds good. Now give you, I'll give you more part three questions,
Sure.
but it might be for different topic, but let's see.
Okay.
Okay, environmental problem. So in your area, what causes environmental problems?
Well, as I said earlier, the people are not well educated and they are not concerned about environmental pollution, whatever it is, air pollution, water pollution, and different other things. In the city area, we face mainly the pollution, sound pollution, and water pollution, because people are not concerned about the sound pollution, and they unnecessarily use horn, whatever it is need or not. And the drainage water also contaminates the river water, because all the drainage water are thrown in the river. And we see these two types of pollution in our city area. But in the rural area, the agricultural system also uh, polluted by the uh, chemical fertilizer and insecticide.
Mm,
The farmers are not concerned about this, and even the agricultural department are also not. Uh, they have no headache regarding this issue. For this reason, a farmer just buy some insecticide and chemical fertilizer from a local shop, and then use those.
mm,
Whatever it is, measurement, they don't follow any measurements
mm,
for what amount of medicine you have to use for certain decimals of land. So by this way, the water and crops are polluted. And one thing, a bird, I forgot the English name of that, maybe ostrich. categories,
Mm-hmm.
species. Uh, when any cow or goat died, then in the village area, those birds come to that area and they eat those died animal.
Mm-hmm.
But for the recent decades, one type of medicine is used for treating for the treatment of those livestock animal, and those medicine
Still.
become a pesticide, contaminate the animal body, and
Mm-hmm.
if any ostrich eat those meat,
Mm-hmm.
then it died.
Oh.
uh, it is very harmful for our environment because those ostrich consume the died animal and protect the environment, and such
Mm-hmm.
different types of animal uh, manage our biodiversity, which is now in danger situation.
Okay. That's sad, eh?
Yeah,
Yeah. Anyways, okay. So your next question, I'll give you two more and we are done. Okay?
sure.
Two more questions. What should the government do to protect the environment?
Well, in underdeveloped and developing country, I think both the government and citizens should come forward and hand in hand to protect our environment. Only the government rule cannot do everything,
Mm-hmm.
though sometimes it become helpful, but in a nutshell, it doesn't bring any meaningful result. Like from 1st November, the government, new interim government, tried to ban using polythene.
Mm-hmm.
For 1 or 2 weeks, people have become habituated, and the shopkeepers are using the paper bag instead of polythene. But sorry, after that, the situation become as usual, like
Mm-hmm.
previous times. But in 2001, at that time, that government banned three-wheeler baby taxi in Dhaka city, which uh, emit um, carbon dioxide very heavily in the environment,
Mm-hmm.
and that was very successful project in our capital city, and that was banned permanently from the capital, and that brought a positive impact in our capital city. So I think government should take initiative from every sector so that to materialize any initiative. Otherwise, it will not work properly.
Mm-hmm. That's correct. Yeah, you mentioned about the government and the people, the citizens should go hand in hand. It can't be solved by just one agency or government or one person or one group of people.
Yes.
And that's true. But then to me too, like you said about the government should impose some um, like law maybe or whatever that the people should do this, should do that, and if they don't, there should be a penalty, like maybe a, a, monetary that it's very expensive for them to pay. So then in that way people are forced to, because sometimes people, if you are very lenient, they don't they don't feel that they have to do it. For example, like littering. And littering is always a problem, like in our beaches, in our parks, in our streets, because they think that there's no there's no consequence when they litter those garbage. Uh, but I think in some countries I heard, I can't say which one. I'm thinking of Japan and Singapore, that you cannot really litter, otherwise you get arrested or something, or there is a fine. So
Yes.
that's, yeah, the government and the people should go hand in hand, and that's true. Okay, so your last question, Farooq, what
Yes.
should we do? Okay, so what are other measures can you think of to protect the environment?
I think the government should take necessary policy regarding environmental pollution, and the implementation authority should be strict,
Mm,
like the banning polythene. The customer uh, habituated to use polythene, so there have to alternative way uh, of polythene bag. Then the people will be converted to those, and then they will reduce using polythene bag. But if the government don't take necessary initiatives of alternative way, then it will not work. Even the police are taking raid in the shop and different other places, but not in the production house. For this reason, the production is continuing and the people are suffering. And now, recently, a shop owner told that they have to purchase polythene bag with double price compared to the previous times,
mm,
because the government stopped that, and then they raised the price. If you don't buy with this double price, then you don't need to buy. So for the market demand, they have to buy with double price, and those are coming on the impose of the customers. So I think the government should take necessary initiative from the grassroots to the top level, from the in production to the customer level. Every aspect they have to work to protect the environment. Otherwise, those will not work properly. And they have to take plan for uh, long term and mid term and short term. And then if they work accordingly, then I think every good initiative will come in the good results, and people will be habituated with new things.
mm. Okay, yeah, that's true. All right. So Farooq, you have anything to say? What else do you
Yes.
want to say? Or we can wrap it up.
Okay, ma'am. You can stop now the live streaming.
Okay. All right. So yeah, thank you for joining, Farooq.
Yes.
So
Thank you.
yeah,
Most welcome. So when you come back to Canada?
might be next week. I'm still thinking because I still have other things to do, and by when I do this, I don't want to get rushed. I want to, I need time to do these things. So when if I book my ticket now, then I feel anxious because I have already a date to go back. And yeah, so that's why. But my target date would be Thursday or Friday. If not, then it will be Monday, next Monday. So tomorrow, here now is still Sunday night. Tomorrow is Monday, so a week after tomorrow.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm still confused about my planning to Canada, because in the meantime, my